In this video, we talk about the installation of the magnetic mirror mounts on the Am Spyder, then head over to Cape Charles for an impromptu lunch gathering. Then connect with two Spyder riders who are in town to visit family. Then we end out the video with one of the advantages of living so close to a Navy base, watching the Blue Angels perform.
Hey guys, once we got back from our lap around America, I needed to catch up on some maintenance on the Spyder. One of our headlight lamps had burned out during the trip. Fortunately, I had a spare bulb in my inventory, so I went ahead and came home and replaced the lamp. If you're familiar with the RT, you got to remove all the plastic on the front. And in doing so, I thought I'd go ahead and knock out the oil change, which required me to remove both mirrors. Now, during the trip, I was having problems with this mirror vibrating so much because the mounting brackets were just simply worn out. And this is where we keep one of our video cameras, and I couldn't use it because of the vibration. So during the trip, I replaced that, but did not replace this one because it didn't have the extra parts, but that was working well. So after the oil change and light bulb change, I went to put this mirror assembly back on, and it did not want to cooperate. And I was fussing with it and fighting with it. And I said, you know what? We've had so many comments on the channel that we should change out to the magic mirrors. And I went ahead and reached out to the Sling Mods and ordered a set. And what I've done is go ahead and change them on the left side mirror. So when I opened the box, I noticed there was a warning that says if you have a pacemaker, this may affect the pacemaker, also may have adverse effect on your digital media if it's stored in close proximity. Well, we keep our look-back GoPro mounted right here on the Spyder, which is literally about 3 inches. Well, by the time you count the neck of the Spyder mount, maybe 5 inches from the magnets that are on this side. I have not yet changed out the ones on the right side because I'm doing this experiment first. So the SD card in the GoPro has media on it, and I went ahead and set it on the left side, and I've turned on the recorder to shoot some of this segment, and then I'm going to leave it on the Spyder most of the day today, and then we're going to check to see if the content is still there, because if you follow the channel, you know I don't need any help in losing video files. Before I actually put them on the right side, I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to have any problems with my media storage, specifically the video.
Well, Miriam, where are we going, and who are we going with?
Oh, it's going to be a great day. This is kind of a spontaneous ride. We hadn't seen Faith and Tim since May when they launched us on the Lap Around America trip.
They rode with us to Waynesboro, Virginia, where we met up with Bill and Kathy, and all four of them saw us off the next morning on our trip, which was so frigging cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It made it feel like a party.
Yeah, well, it was.
So we'll be catching up with them today.
Yep.
And then right after I had made that arrangement, we heard from Mike and Terry from the meetup weekend, Labor Day. They're in Ocean City, Maryland for Bike Week and wanted to take a ride down the Eastern Shore. So we're going to all convene at the shanty for lunch and then ride across the bridge tunnel with them. So that should be very enjoyable. Yep. I love going to Cape Charles, love the shanty. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. So grateful for the cold front that came through, and what is it, 70-something degrees?
Well, yeah, last night we had a cold front come through, and right now it's 78. The high today is 78.
Oh, there goes a jet.
Yep. This weekend, today is Wednesday, this weekend is the annual air show at Oceana Naval Air Station, which is right over there. And the Blue Angels typically perform. Now, it's a zoo getting on the base. And we have found that there's an industrial park that surrounds the base. Just because the zoning regulations don't like the idea of residences next to a Navy base. Anyway, so we have found a little spot that we drive over to, plop some lawn chairs and bring us a cold beverage, and we watch the Blues fly from the end of the runway next to the industrial park.
Yeah.
It's kind of like front row seating, but there are a few locals who know about it, and we'll see a couple over there, but that's cool.
Yeah, and I have my own personal narrator for the show.
It's been a long time since I drove an airplane, but I'll try to remember what it's like. You know, when I was a young lad, I used to think that being a fighter pilot would be the apex of aviation. 24 years old, flying a multi-million-dollar fighter jet, going supersonic and all that cool stuff. Well, first of all, just to get there is extremely, extremely demanding and competitive. Statistically, it's almost impossible to become a fighter pilot. And once you're there, to stay qualified is, especially in naval aviation, carrier landings, is so demanding.
Our route takes us to the north end of the city, where we connect with Tim and Faith and head across the 17-mile span of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel to Cape Charles and lunch at one of our favorite restaurants on the eastern shore, the Shanty.
Hey guys! Water tower that painted up to look like a lighthouse. Cool.
Karen and Tony reached out to us after they had planned a trip to our area to visit family, and we connected and had a bite of lunch.
Okay, and action.
Hi, this is Karen and Tony Calandro. We're from Rolling Meadows, Illinois.
We ride a 2020 RTL Spyder. We're the original owners of it. We bought it in 2020, and we ride almost anywhere, but the best spots that we find to ride is, I like riding out here, but we do have some favorite spots over by us, which is Wisconsin and Minnesota.
It was great connecting with fellow Spyder riders Karen and Tony. But we would also be remiss if we didn't mention Jim and Maria, who are some locals from Virginia Beach who we had lunch with earlier in the week. But alas, I failed to get any photographs or video of the event. Sorry, guys. Well, our test is complete of the GoPro on the mirror next to the very strong magnets. didn't lose any video. And further research shows that the actual warning for the magnets pertain primarily to magnetic media such as VHS tapes, magnetic tapes, and perhaps even the old-fashioned 3-inch and 5-inch floppy drives, which nobody seems to use anymore, so I think we're safe. But specifically, SD cards are not affected by strong magnets, so we're safe there, and the media seems to do very well in proximity to the magnet. So we're good to go. So I'm glad we resolved that. And now the weekend is upon us. We're going to take in the world-famous Blue Angel Navy flight demonstration team, just about 2 miles from our house, where we pick a place where we can go sit and watch the Blue Angel. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.